Hey, it's Shay. I'm trans and I craft, and today I wanted to talk about the way crafting, particularly knit and crochet. See what I did there? Oh, Shay, it's like I blended. Crafting has really helped me throughout transition as I continue to transition. And there are some ways I think it might be helpful for you as well. So if you're already crafting, grab your project. And if you're not already crafting, this might be a good opportunity to sit back, enjoy, and think about picking up some yarn, crochet hook, or some knitting needles. Today I'll be working on the sea glass sweater. Here's my progress so far. It's a 1x1 color work. First time I've tried this before. I'm sure that a more advanced knitter is going to be able to look at this and say, ooh, Shay, here's some ways you could do this better. Please, if you know a way where you're like, oh, you can definitely do this better, let me know, because I would love to be a better knitter. And I don't really have a strong knitting community around me. So I've basically just been figuring things out as I go, YouTube tutorials, all of that. Crafting has been a great way for me to alleviate some dysphoria. I'm just feeling shitty about myself, whether that's socially or physically. Um, Sometimes I will just like come home from work and just tell my fiance, hey, like I'm sad. I just need to like go crochet until I don't feel sad anymore. And part of why that works for me is because it's a physical activity. It's not like, like working out or anything like that. It's still physical. It's gets me out of my head, and that's the important part. And because I'm typically working on patterns that at some point are fairly repetitive, it allows my thoughts to wander, and this gives me an opportunity to actually figure out, like, what am I feeling, and gives me a chance to actually feel that. Crafting has given me an opportunity to just kind of sit and process and reflect, where the emotions and the thoughts don't feel overwhelming because there's something else that I'm focusing on while I'm still feeling whatever it is that I'm feeling. And I'm hesitant to say this one just because I think that I'm always frustrated when people create like broad swath. This is a metaphor for that. Because it's typically just very shallow, and my metaphor might also be very shallow. So please take this with a grain of salt. But I have found that knitting and crocheting, particularly knitting and crocheting my own clothes, because that's primarily, if not exclusively, what I make, it's a slow process. And slow in this case because being on hormones, waiting for surgeries, it's a slow process. And so having something to do that mirrors that slow process, where it's coming, one day I will have a shirt, one day I will have a beard. Like, sometimes it's hard to like see the progress of transition. Having something where I can look at this knit project and say, yesterday I was only on like row up here, and now I'm 5-6 rows past that. I can literally track my progress and feel like I am moving forward on something, and it just feels less hopeless and less like things are stuck. I'm not making any progress on transition. I get a lot of compliments. Partially just compliments as I'm creating something, and then also a lot of compliments on the things that I wear. I can get some pretty good, like, gender euphoria from getting complimented on a project that I made. Because really, that's also, in some ways, it almost feels like a compliment on my body. Because somebody is noticing me, seeing the work I put in, and saying, wow, that looks good. Your body looks good in that. And that feels so great to hear. I get to make all of the decisions on what type of man that I am. Because despite what I'm wearing right now, which, let me put this down. This is my loungewear. Not gonna wear this out. I mean, I could like roll up the sleeves and I don't know, pair it with some like cute skirt or something, but I'm not just gonna wear this out. I did not transition to be the type of man who's just gonna wear kind of boring clothes. And no shame to men, cis or trans, or if you're also like non-binary man, no shame to anyone else who enjoys more like traditional men's fashion, whatever that looks like to you. That's not the kind of man I am. I wear shirts like this when I am bumming around the house. If I go out, even if it's going out to the grocery store, I want to look cute. And chances are I'm not going to find that type of like fun, pop, colorful style in the men's section. But I get to design my own clothes. So that means I choose everything about that project. I get to choose the colors, I get to choose the fits. I get to choose exactly how this piece looks on my body. And that's also just made me more comfortable looking at my body, because I'm taking measurements specifically so that I know things like what is my chest circumference? What size do I have to make this project in? It makes my body feel more neutral because I'm not judging it. So crafting and being in charge of what I wear and everything about that just makes me feel way more comfortable in my body because it's mine. My body feels more like my body when I'm making every one of those decisions on what goes on it. And I really get a chance to have agency and tailor my style and literally tailor my clothes to fit my body. And that's made such a huge difference. Like, when I'm feeling dysphoric, I can put on clothes that I made, and that makes me feel so much better about myself. So hopefully this has been a helpful video as you think about where you are in your transition and whether you believe, regardless of your gender, that crafting could be a good option for you to manage your dysphoria, to really feel at home in your body and like your body and your style really belong to you. So now just to kind of give you a insight into some clothes that I have made, I'm the type of man who's gonna walk around in a cute crop top. I no longer feel boring. I feel hella cute and like I made this trans colored, super cute collared shirt. Thank you so much and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.